Hi, and welcome to Japan Today Spotlight. I'm your host, Jeff Richards. 30 years ago, on March 20th, 1995, the Aum Shinrikyo doomsday cult unleashed a sarin nerve gas attack on Tokyo subway system. 14 people were killed, and over 6,000 people were injured. It remains Japan's worst domestic terrorist attack. Aum's 63-year-old founder, Shoko Asahara, was hanged, along with 12 senior members of the cult, in July 2018. 5 other cult members were sentenced to life in prison. 80 more got prison sentences of various lengths. Another 87 received suspended sentences, and 2 were fined. In this episode, we'll look back on that fateful morning, explore how it changed Japanese society, and examine its lasting effects that pervade life in Japan to this day. The Tokyo subway attack wasn't Aum's first crime. In 1994, they carried out a sarin gas attack in Matsumoto, Nagano Prefecture, killing 8 people and injuring over 100. Aum also kidnapped and murdered a lawyer, helping people escape from the cult along with his wife and baby son. Asahara ordered the subway attack to distract authorities who were closing in on his base in the foothills of Mount Fuji. He sent 5 teams of 2 to attack the Tokyo subway. 5 train cars were hit during the morning rush hour on 3 separate lines: the Hibiya line, the Chiyoda line, and the Marunouchi line. 5 cult members, including a senior doctor and several physicists, dumped sarin on the busy trains. They then used sharpened umbrella tips to puncture the bags. Then they fled to predetermined stations with the help of some co-conspirators. Sarin nerve gas is so toxic that a single drop can kill a person. It evaporated over the following minutes as thousands of commuters boarded and exited trains. The attacks paralyzed the subway system and caused widespread chaos and panic. Many victims only realized what had happened as their symptoms worsened throughout the day. News broadcasts slowly pieced together the details. Over the next 6 weeks, more than 150 cult members were arrested. On May 16th, Asahara was found hiding in a small room behind a wall at the Aum facility in Yamanashi Prefecture, where the nerve gas was produced. Others remained fugitives. The last one was arrested on June 3rd, 2012. The attack marked a turning point in the media's relationship with new religions in Japan. Dr. Erica Baffelli, a lecturer in Asian religions at the University of Otago in New Zealand, wrote in a research paper that to avoid backlash, new religious groups scaled back large events and advertising campaigns. Television broadcasts about new religions were stopped, and between 1996 and 1999, news coverage of these groups was very limited. Several documentaries have been made about the Tokyo subway attacks. In 1998, acclaimed author Haruki Murakami published Underground: The Tokyo Gas Attack and the Japanese Psyche. In the book, Murakami interviews survivors and former Aum members, aiming to portray the human side of the attacks, something that sensationalist media at the time completely overlooked. Despite the executions of Asahara and his followers, Aum Shinrikyo isn't entirely gone. The group rebranded as Aleph in 2000 and continues to recruit, especially young people. The exact number of members is unclear. A splinter group called Hikari no wa, Circle of Light, was also formed. The Public Security Intelligence Agency, which is run by the Japanese Justice Ministry, monitors both of these groups. They estimate that Aleph-linked corporations have hidden around 700 million yen, over $5 million, to avoid government seizure. In 2019, a court ordered Aleph to pay over 1 billion yen, about $7.5 million, in compensation to subway attack victims. Shizue Takahashi, now 78, lost her husband, a deputy station master who died after cleaning up sarin-filled plastic bags from the train cars. Takahashi, seen as a symbol of the victims, spoke at a symposium on March 15th this year. She said, "They say memories fade after 30 years, but the tears have not dried for the families." At 8 a.m. every year on March 20th, Tokyo Metro staff hold a moment of silence at Kasumigaseki Station on the Hibiya Line, remembering 2 former colleagues who died in the attack. In February, the Public Security Intelligence Agency launched a digital archive on Aum Shinrikyo. It includes testimonies from victims' families, images of Asahara's preaching, police radio recordings from the attack, and photos of the subway chaos. We have a link for that website in our show notes below. A 2023 survey by the Recovery Support Center found that many victims of the sarin gas attacks still suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Of the 200 people they surveyed, over 24% showed likely signs of PTSD. 56% reported difficulty focusing their vision, 44% said they tire easily, and 26% had numbness in their hands and legs. Other symptoms include headaches and dizziness. The 30th anniversary of the sarin gas attacks reminds us that cults still pose a threat in Japan. Depending on how you define cult, it's estimated there are around 2,000 of them in this country alone. In July 2022, former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated by a man who held a grudge against the Unification Church, another controversial religious group. The man blamed the church for ruining his mother's life by coercing her to donate 100 million yen more than 20 years ago. That's around $670,000. Apparently, he targeted Abe because Abe's grandfather, former Prime Minister Nobusuke Kishi, helped bring the Unification Church from Korea to Japan in 1968. Japanese authorities are now working to dissolve the Unification Church, which is accused of pressuring its followers into making massive donations. A court is expected to strip the church of legal recognition later this month. That would remove the church's tax-exempt status while still branding the organization a harmful entity. Shoko Asahara started Aum Shinrikyo in a 1-bedroom apartment in Shibuya. He taught yoga and meditation, but over time, it grew into a deadly group that ultimately shocked the world. Cults often prey on vulnerable individuals by offering a sense of belonging. How do we prevent this from happening again? By having open conversations with family and friends, whether you agree with their positions or not, and by listening to their concerns and staying connected to their emotional needs, we can help each other. Think about what's in the news today and the global pandemic we just went through. From the Japan Today newsroom here in Tokyo, I'm Jeff Richards. See you next time.